Hey there fellow adult collectors, welcome back. David E. on here with another virtual video unboxing, this time taking a look at the Mafex animated series Batman, which has not yet been taken out of the box, coming direct from Sideshow. And this is not mine. This actually belongs to LPH, and she has been waiting forever and a day for this to come because apparently there's been a lot of delays. And this is going to be in 12th scale, and naturally this is something that she wanted because she is a fan. And all the paper, look at all this paper, just keeps coming. She is a fan of the animated series Batman. And you pull all the paper out, and you get a Sideshow Bumblebee card. And I guess that'll go in the fireplace. And then there he is, Batman the Animated Series by Mafex, Mediacom toy. And I believe she wanted this to go with her DC Direct Batmobile. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm going to do a diorama eventually. I have the Batmobile, I have the Batwing, and I want to put together a diorama because that can come out of the box. So
yes,
I'll put together a diorama eventually and display it, and that's my intent. So I have the 6th scale by 3-0.
No, was it 3-0 or Mondo?
Oh, Mondo, sorry. I don't know why. I said 3-0 because I saw that stupid Bumblebee. And so now I have this one. And we'll see how it looks. I didn't realize it was going to come in a box like that.
Yeah, it's a tiny window box.
Yeah. I guess so. If you didn't want to take it out of the box, you don't have to.
You can still display it. It's got a little city backdrop in there, a little cityscape. Gotham City. Gotham City. And for its day, it was a groundbreaking cartoon. And they had...
It's won a lot of awards. And if you look at best TV show, it ranks in the top 5. Always in the top 5. It's up there. And it's a really good show. I remember watching it in the 90s.
And it comes with both a fabric and a static cape. And the hands are all on these little individual stands, I guess, so that you won't lose them.
That's cool.
That looks like a tiny wrist joint opening, though. A little concerned about that. So we'll go ahead and take everything out and set it up on the Lazy Susan, and then we will take a close look at everything and then test his articulation. And here we are with our Mafex 1/12 scale animated series Batman out of the box, black and gray, because there's probably a blue and gray, I'm willing to bet, because Mafex makes a lot of Batmans. They do a lot of Dark Knight Returns stuff also. Just get a close-up on him overall. He does have that whole sort of a boxy look that you're familiar with from the animated series, going all the way down to these really skinny pointed feet. The fabric cape is on him, but he does come with the stiff plastic cape in case you want to display him that way. And at 12th scale, he's probably a little bigger than the figures that the DC Direct Batmobile is designed for. But I guess you didn't want that one because of the articulation. The articulation on the animated series Batman figures that are associated with the DC Direct and with the traditional Kenner, because those are, I believe, 5 or 6 points of articulation.
Oh, I didn't know they had all that.
Well, with this one you get a lot of flexibility. basically. Finish taking a look at him, and then we'll look at the accessories, and then we'll test his articulation. You see he still has his like plastic diaper on there. Didn't remove it yet. Accessories. He has this hard plastic cape, or a static cape. It's not plastic, but it's rubberized in case you don't want the fabric one. And I know that the Dark Knight Returns Batman figures have like wires in the cape. I don't know if this one does or not. Gonna find out here in a minute. The unmasked Bruce Wayne head sculpt. Very square jaw on Bruce Wayne. And 4 extra sets of hands. Little nose grabbing hands, in case you want to pinch somebody's nose. No, I'm sure that's not what it's for, but probably for the bat cable grip, because he comes with a tool that looks like that. Extended hands, perhaps for leaping or jumping. And when we take a look at his articulation, we'll test putting the hands on and off. Gripping hands, he does come with a Batarang. And then almost kind of grasping hands, maybe to grab onto another figure.
Well, he has that spear or rod or whatever.
I think that's for these. With the split between the fingers.
Yeah.
There is the Batarang. Got a sort of a brushed aluminum look to it, or brushed nickel look, but it is plastic. It is not metal. And then this is the Batarang. The claws do not appear to move. They don't open, they stay closed. I'm not sure what material this rod is, so I would be careful. And then there's the firing mechanism, which, like I said, I believe that's would go in here. You would grip it that way. And then on the back side here, got the pouch that has all the stand components in it. He's got the rod, the arm, a transparent floor stand, and then the clamps for the rod. And so now we'll just go ahead and grab Mr. Wayne and test his articulation, change out some of the different components. Side to side rotation. Up and down is kind of limited. He does have a little bit of tilt. Arms are not going to go up too much because of the cowl. The rubber portion of the top of the cowl is going to prevent him from raising his arms too high. He does have that double shoulder socket joint in there. You see how that comes out? So you can get some good rotation out of that shoulder socket. Almost kind of works like a real shoulder, if you will. And there are wires in this cape, so you can pose him with the cape. It feels like, yeah, there's just 2 on the outside, but that's enough to work with to get some kind of flow to it if you wanted. Take a look at his back here. Side to side tilt is pretty good. Back tilt is pretty good. Ab crunch, not so much. limited. The belt is pretty loose. It feels like it's not attached in the front because you see it goes up and down, but then on the back side it's connected somehow, like right under this center pouch there. Double jointed elbows, bicep twist, no forearm twist, twist at the wrists only. And I'm noticing that is a very tiny wrist joint. But we'll go ahead and we'll pop a hand off. It came out easy enough. That did just slide right out of there. Because the size of that joint, look how tiny that is a concern to me, having worked with a lot of 6th and 12th scale figures in the past. They can break, those wrist joints. So it's good that it's like a kind of a slippery rubber fit, but I would still be careful with that. And while we're at it, we may as well try changing the head. Pops right off. And we'll go ahead and change out the cowl too so that you can see how that looks, or the cape rather. I guess if you do this one, you're going to lose all of your shoulder rotation because it's not going to move again once you get that on there. That's about it right here. And we'll try putting the Bruce Wayne head on. Popped right into place, no problem. Still limited articulation though. Side to side and tilt, but up and down motion is kind of restricted. Legs, side to side twist, full range of twist. Not a bad split. Better seated split there. Really far range of backward motion and forward motion for all the acrobatics. Double jointed knee, but it does not flex all the way. It's cut off by the positioning of the calf. No calf rotation. Rotation is at the ankles. And again, those ankle joints look very thin. And there is a jointing at the toe there also for additional posing. Now she does not have a place to set this up, so I'm not going to be looking at it in those terms. Where normally I would take a 12 scale figure and I'd set them up with other figures and just see how that is. I don't think I'll be doing that there, not this time, because she does not have her Batmobile set up, and I know that's the purpose behind why she got this in the first place. And waited quite a long time for it. Again, there was a lot of delays. What do you think of him overall?
Overall, I like the color, and like you said earlier, you usually see people, well, companies, they do the black and gray and the kind of blue and gray.
Yeah.
In the show, he was black and gray. So I like the overall look of it. It looks good. It's kind of you know, it goes along with the cartoon. He was boxy, big at the top and kind of skinny at the bottom. So as far as that goes, they're true to the look of the character. He got a lot of flexibility, which to me, you know, it's good, but I'm not going to do much with it. I just like it to pose and do my diorama, so I like that. Yeah, I wish it was more accessories. I know you showed a Batarang and
Yeah, he's got a little Batarang.
A little more accessories like the grappling hook or something like that. But I guess it's okay.
He didn't come with too much.
No. I like that you can pop on and off his head and arms pretty easy, because we've had other figures where it seemed like it was a nightmare getting
Uh-oh.
doing the change outs.
Yeah, I've had a few where I was almost afraid I was going to damage the figure and had to stop
Yeah.
because changeouts were extremely difficult.
And it's cool that, you know, they give you 2 cakes to work with. You got your fabric and the other one. So I like that. Overall, I'm impressed with it. I like the look of it. It looks good. It's consistent with the cartoon. Again, I just wish it had a little more accessories, but, you know, that's good enough right there, I guess.
Okay. I think, you know, having done a lot of reviews, I think he feels a little fragile to me. So I would warn people who want to work with this figure, pose it, do action figure photography, whatever, just be careful. You know, I could see overturning this and popping a shoulder out, or again, even though the hand transitions weren't bad, that is a very, very thin wrist joint. You could break that. So please do be careful. He is extremely top heavy, and actually when I first unboxed him, it took a moment to really get him centered, to get him balanced good, so that he would not just tip over. And I think I neglected to show ankle transference there. It's not going to go from side to side, and I think in order to get a side rotation, you'd have to turn it outside of the joint like that. But so posing without the stand is going to be a little difficult because he's so top heavy. And I know people, oh, you got to get him grounded, and it's just like a regular person would, you know, get balance, but it doesn't have balance because if it shifts, it can't adjust like a person. And that's my argument about the balance on a lot of Mezco figures. So if I could leave him like that, he's balanced for the moment in this like weird pose here, eventually he's going to fall because he can't adjust himself. And a lot of times figures have fragile pieces or parts, and when they fall, there's a risk of damage on a lot of modern figures. Was he terribly expensive?
No, he wasn't. He was like, what did he say, like $95.
Okay, so around the average 12 scale price.
He wasn't expensive at all.
Okay. So, there you go, guys. I don't know. What do you think? I know a lot of people have been wondering, hey, you know, when's that Mafex coming? Because some people knew we were getting one, and it was a long time coming. So let us know what you think in the comments section down below. Do you have this figure? Is this one that you have been looking out for? Are you interested in this one? Are you waiting for or thinking about buying a different Mafex Batman figure? Like I said, I know they do a lot of Dark Knight Returns, like Frank Miller looking figures, which seem to be pretty popular. I haven't handled those. This is actually my first time handling a Mafex in an official unboxing. So yeah, comments, concerns, thoughts, whether you like it or don't, feel free to post it in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. We hope you did. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you knew, all that good stuff. Check out some of the other videos. We do a lot of unboxings of modern figures, showcases of vintage figures, so on and so forth. A little something for everybody, mostly in the realm of adult nostalgia. So what more can I say? But thanks for watching, and we will see you again